All right, welcome back. We got the missing Panama girls this week. Have you ever heard about this one? I'm guessing not, because
No.
you've never heard about any of these. This
Nope.
one, this one's good actually. I think this is like it's creepy. It's a good mystery. I think we're in for a good video.
Yeah, also, all you motherfuckers in the comments. All right. All right. Shut the fuck up. Just watch the video.
No, he doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
No, I mean it.
Okay. Says the kid
No,
who
I
has
fucking mean it.
the earbuds and headphones on. Listen, I'm asking you as a friend, as a co-host, as everything I am to you. Please listen to this one this time. Please listen.
Oh, listen.
In 2014, Lisanne Froon, age 22, and Kris Kremers, age 21, went on vacation to Panama. While they were staying in a small village, the girls went on a hike but would never be seen alive again. Let's get into some background. Lisanne Froon was born on September 24th, 1991 in Amersfoort, Netherlands. She was 6 feet tall and was very athletic. She played on her college volleyball team, and she had a hobby of mountaineering. She also enjoyed photography and owned a camera. Kris Kremers was born on August 9th, 1992. She was described as outgoing and kind-hearted. She was an amateur actress and was about to graduate from college in the Netherlands. In 2013, Kris met Lisanne, and the two girls quickly became good friends. They shared an interest in traveling the world. As such, they planned to save money for a trip to South America. A few months later, they bought tickets for a flight to Panama. Alright, now just to make sure you're paying attention, just a quick quiz.
Fuck.
What were the two girls' names?
One was Sam.
No, you can't be serious. What were the two girls?
Samantha?
No, that's the same thing as Sam.
Wait. Kris and Lisanne?
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Where were they both from?
Netherlands.
Yes, you're learning. And what year was this?
19
Googling it. On March 15th, 2014, the girls left for their 6-week trip to Panama. About 2 weeks into their trip, the girls were in the small town of Boquete. They made plans to take a hike up the Pianista Trail, which would take them to the Mirador, which offers a 360-degree view of surrounding mountains. On April 1st, the girls left for their hike. They took a dog named Azul with them who belonged to the owners of a restaurant at the trailhead. Later that day, Azul returned to the restaurant alone. On April 2nd, the girls failed to show up for a pre-booked appointment with a tour guide, and the girls' families had gone over 24 hours without any texts. That day, the girls were reported as missing, and on April 3rd, Panama officials reportedly began searching for the girls. But this may not have been true. Officials claimed they started searching on the 3rd, but locals insisted that this was not true. They claimed that official searches began on the 6th of April, which is also the day that both the girls' parents and Netherlands detectives had shown up. After searching for 10 days, no trace of the girls was found, and the official search came to an end. However, many locals still continued the search. On April 30th, the girls' parents offered a $30,000 reward for any information to help find the girls. Panama is also a third world country, so $30,000 to them is like a lot more than
10,000 million rubies.
That
10 trillion rubies. Or like 500 goats.
On June 11th, almost 10 weeks after the girls went missing, a woman found a backpack that belonged to Lisanne on a riverbank near the small village of Alto Romeo. The woman claims that she worked in the area and said that the bag was not there the day before. Inside the backpack, authorities found 2 pairs of sunglasses, $83 cash, Froon's passport, a water bottle, Froon's camera, 2 bras, and both of the woman's phones. The bag was dry and the phones and camera were in working condition, indicating the bag had not washed down the river. A search began around the area, and Kris's jeans were found in the river about a mile upstream from where the bag was discovered. It's reported online that the jeans were found neatly folded on a rock, but this is not true. On June 16th, Lisanne's shoe was found with her foot still inside of it. A piece of Kris's pelvic bone was also found. Over the next few weeks, 33 bone fragments had been found scattered over a small area. While most fragments belonged to the girls, strangely, some belonged to 3 other unidentified individuals. On August 29th, a bone from Lisanne's was found with flesh still attached to it in the early stages of decomposition 5 months after the disappearance. How is that even possible?
Was Lisanne the one who her foot was found still in her shoe?
Yes. And this was her foot was found like about 2 months before this bone was found with the flesh still on it. So how is that even possible?
I don't know, man. Maybe someone cut her feet off so she couldn't get away. Fucking people are weird.
Over this period of time, the phone records were pulled from the girls' cell phones. It showed that between April 1st and 3rd, the girls had attempted to make several distress calls. The first attempted call was made to 112, the Dutch Emergency Services number, on April 1st at 16:39 in the afternoon, only a few hours after they had initially left. 12 minutes later, they would try again. At 17:52, they would power off their phones, most likely in an attempt to save battery. On April 2nd at 6:58, another 112 call attempt was made, but the call failed. 3 more call attempts were made on April 2nd without any success. On April 3rd, 2 more call attempts were made. After this, no more call attempts would be made, and the phones were only used to check again for signals. On April 5th, Lisanne's phone ran out of battery, and at 13:37, Kris's phone was powered on, but the SIM pin was entered incorrectly for the first time. Between April 6th and 10th, over 70 attempts were made to enter the pin without any success. On April 11th, Kris's phone was powered on again for the final time before being turned off.
This was in Panama?
Yeah. What are you searching?
What's it called when people eat other people?
Cannibalism?
Yeah, there are a ton of indigenous tribes in Panama that are cannibalistic.
Actually,
that could be it.
That's the backpack. The backpack that was found by somebody from an indigenous tribe.
Oh, dude, I just fucking solved it. I just fucking solved it, bro. I found this backpack. I don't know where it came from.
Officials also pulled the photos off Lisanne's camera that was found in the backpack. On the first day, 11 photos were taken. They showed the girls having a good time during their hike and nothing was wrong. The last photo, number 508, was taken at 13:53. There was another photo taken, number 509, but for whatever reason this photo was deleted from the camera. It was the only photo that was deleted. From April 2nd to April 7th, the camera would not be used. But on April 8th, between 1 and 4 a.m., over 100 photos would be taken in the dark. Most of these photos just showed an unidentified area in the rainforest. There's a photo that shows a plastic bag tied to a branch, another photo of some shiny material on the ground, possibly used as a marker. There's also a photo looking down a slope. However, the strangest photo is number 580 that was taken of the back of Kris's head showing her hair. This is strange for several reasons. Let's look back about 58 hours earlier when Kris's phone pin was entered incorrectly for the first time. It can be assumed that since the pin was never entered correctly after this, that Kris was unable to tell Lisanne her phone pin because she was either unconscious or dead. So why 58 hours later would Lisanne decide to take a photo of the back of Kris's head which showed no apparent injury? Photo number 609 was the last photo taken and it was of the trees. The photos don't answer any questions and raise more questions than answers. The problem with the photos is that they don't fucking answer any questions.
Yeah. I mean, they took some photos at night.
In fact, it makes, like, why wouldn't they, if something happened to them, why wouldn't they, like, document it? Like, take photos of it? That's my question. And why did they wait so long to start using the camera?
Yeah.
With all that, let's get into the theories. Our first theory is the conclusion reached by the Panama officials that the girls got lost and died by natural causes. Some have speculated that the girls had made it to the top of the Mirador, then decided to venture further and got lost. Kris would suffer some sort of an injury that ended her life, and Lisanne would try to use her phone but did not know the pin. She would continue on, and on the night of April 8th, she would use the camera's flash to guide her. but unfortunately she would eventually die, and the girl's remains were scavenged by animals with their belongings washing down the Serpent River. This theory seems plausible, however there are many reasons this is unlikely. Multiple people who have done the hike themselves have said that the trails are well marked and noticeable, so if the girls did continue on the trail they simply could have turned around. Kris was also wearing jean shorts, so it's highly unlikely that the girls would wander off into a dense rainforest with exposed legs. It also doesn't make sense how Kris's shorts came off and washed down the river. This theory also doesn't explain how Lisanne's bag appeared on the riverbank overnight and was dry. Also, the bones that were found have no marks or scratches on them, and if an animal had eaten them or they had washed down the river, then they would have marks on them. Also, how is there still an entire foot inside of a boot? If they did die of natural causes, it also wouldn't make sense that very few bones were found.
I mean, what? I don't know what the seasons are like in Panama. How cold does it get on top of mountains? Because frost and ice can preserve
It wasn't.
flesh pretty easily.
The river was off the mountain. They went up the mountain, and then they assumed that they fell off. The officials came to the conclusion that they fell off a monkey bridge and washed down it fell into a monkey bridge that was above the river, and then they washed down the river. But the point is, where they were found was off of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on the peak of the mountain, but it was off the mountain. Our second theory is that the girls were murdered by a serial killer. Some speculate that the girls could have been followed up the trail by somebody who intended to harm them. The girls, realizing the situation, fled further into the rainforest and got lost, but kept moving to flee their attacker. They would survive for a while, but were either caught by the killer or died from natural causes, and their bodies were taken by the killer. Supporting this theory is the backpack that was found by the riverbed. While the official investigators claimed it must have floated down the river, this wouldn't explain how the backpack and contents inside were dry, including the phones and camera, which were in working condition. To further support this theory, let's look into the bones. A lot of this information comes from the imperfect plan. A detail that wasn't mentioned earlier is that some of Kris's bones were bleached, but none of Lisanne's were. On September 24th, 2014, forensic experts found traces of phosphorus in Kris's bones. They also claimed that lime was on the bones. Not like lime,
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, okay. I was gonna say.
Okay, I'm not that fucking stupid. Come on, man.
Okay, there's probably a lot of people.
No one's fucking seasoning Kris's bones with lime.
A soil sample taken in the region showed no signs of phosphorus in the soil. There are multiple reasons that bones are bleached. One reason is to remove flesh from the bones themselves. Lime is a common soil conditioner that helps plant roots absorb phosphorus. Lime is commonly used by farmers in Panama to help their crops, but lime can also be used to help speed up the decomposition of flesh of human remains. Lime is also used in burials to prevent decomposition odors that animals and bugs may smell. But lime isn't just randomly found in the rainforest, so it's highly unlikely, if the girls had died from natural causes, that their bones came into contact with a combination of phosphorus and lime. This means that somebody could have used lime to dissolve flesh off the bones to dispose of the body quickly. As mentioned earlier, there were no scratches on the bones from predators or from being in the river. It's also strange how very few bones were found, and even more strange is the bones from the 3 other unidentified individuals that were found. All of this leads to the idea that foul play was involved, but Panamanian officials never seem to look into this idea, and let's cover the possibility of why. According to the World Bank statistics, in 2006, tourism accounted for $960 million of Panama's GDP, around 6% of the country's annual income, meaning that Panama would have a reason that they would want to hide the fact that there could be a serial killer murdering tourists. It should also be noted that Kris Kremers' parents tried to sue the Panamanian officials for, quote, a complaint due to the lack of interest and inability demonstrated by the Ministry Public of Panama, end quote. The Panamanian government never even released an official report about the case. The photos on Lisanne's camera were released through leaks and not by the officials. There were also many instances where the officials took multiple days to inform the parents about any new information about the disappearance of their daughters. Panamanian officials also sent Lisanne's remains to her parents on Lisanne's birthday. So pretty much, the Panama government doesn't know how to handle a crime or an investigation or anything.
I probably thought it was funny.
Apparently, if they're sending it on the girl's birthday.
Yeah.
It's like, happy birthday, here's your daughter's remains.
Have a nice gift, I guess.
It's not a nice gift.
No?
That is an awful gift.
All right, my bad.
Okay, how would you feel if your daughter went missing and they shipped her remains to you on her birthday?
Let me think. I don't know. That's such a dumb fucking question. Good job, Caleb.
You wouldn't you wouldn't be pissed?
I don't know. I don't have a daughter. Maybe, probably.
While this theory is more of a general idea, many have pointed to Bacchetti tour guide Feliciano Gonzalez as a suspect. He was the tour guide that was supposed to meet with the girls the following day. He was also part of the search party who looked for the girls. But most evidence presented against this man is most likely untrue rumors. From what I've seen, Feliciano was very helpful in the investigation, and he also seemed to genuinely want to help the girls' parents. Out of his 50 reviews on TripAdvisor, 48 are 5 stars, with 1 2-star with a quote, serious safety incident, saying that he was inappropriately touching her. But her account was created in that year, and she makes a reference to Kris and Lisanne, so it's unlikely that this is real. Many that know this case very well don't talk about Feliciano as a suspect, and for good reason. So pretty much, I'm just mentioning this because he's a popular suspect, but I think he's ridiculous.
Okay.
That's it. So don't really look into this. This isn't really for you.
Thanks for wasting my time with a
this is just-
suspect who doesn't matter.
Our final theory is that the girls were killed by a gang. While Panama has slowly been developing over recent years, it is still considered a third world country. They are known for having a lot of gangs, and with the country being between North and South America, a lot of illegal transportation is through Panama. In 2013, the Attorney General of Panama requested for more funds to help fight the growing population of gangs in Panama. All of this doesn't necessarily mean it's unsafe for tourists, but it's definitely not impossible, especially outside of the city where a lot of illegal transportation happens. Perhaps the girls had seen something they weren't supposed to, or made friends with the wrong group and were followed up the trail. This one closely relates to the murder theory, so I won't go over all the evidence again. Gangs have also been known to dissolve human bodies to dispose of them. Something strange to support this theory is that Osman Valenzuela, a young Boquete resident, had drowned under suspicious circumstances 3 days after the girls went missing. Reportedly, on his phone, a photo of him, a friend, and 2 other girls that could potentially be Kris and Lisanne was found. I cannot be certain that this photo was found on his phone, but it definitely is a real photo. And then
Yeah,
obviously the swimming photo, the photo of them all in the lake is just, it's a terrible photo. And they're all blinded
Yeah,
by like the
but
sun.
I mean, dude, like, how many redheads are in Panama? Like,
Exactly.
come on, man.
Because you can clearly see that one of the girls is a redhead, strawberry blonde, and the other one is
One is brown.
yeah, and the 2 girls, one is a strawberry blonde and one has brown hair. And they're obviously both they're both white, obviously. And so even though you can't see their faces, you can see their hair and their skin color, and you can assume that it probably is the girls. Osman was also rumored to be in a youth gang. He also helped the Panama officials search for the girls. Possibly a gang that he was part of had killed the girls, and they decided to kill Osman as well because he was getting too involved in the case. There's also a number of other residents who reportedly saw the girls and died under suspicious circumstances. If the girls were killed by a gang, it would also make sense why the officials seemed to be hiding something. So what do you think it was? Do you think it was a serial killer, or do you think it was the cartel? Because obviously we don't believe they got lost.
I mean, the cartel is full of serial killers.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it was the cartel.
it probably wasn't like the cartel. It was like some weird gang.
Yeah, like with the whole thing with the bone being found with lime and phosphorus on it.
Yeah.
Like,
and also like just like young guys. Fuck no.